Hey guys, my name is Bryce. Today I'm going to do a video on a sneak peek, which you may have guessed from the initial promotion card that we have here. I got some interesting pulls. I'm going to try and slow things down just slightly so you can capture some of the cards that I was opening up. The reason why I was going so fast is just the fact that we are on a time limit to, go through the sneak peek tournament, which basically works where you've got like little under an hour to open up brand new cards, including the secret rare first pack I opened, which I was pretty happy about. And you basically need to make a deck from all these random cards. Now, when it comes to a lot of them, there's no real synergy because there's so many different archetypes working together, but that's basically the summary of it for those who aren't familiar. Anyway, now for the cards themselves, I think the Dino Wrestlers in the sneak peek were kind of deemed to be some of the strongest cards to go with, just because they've got pretty good attack stats. Token Collector was great for defense. A lot of people got the Dogman, which is pretty funny, so there's either like a pretty strong monster there, or you just decrease attack by a lot of stuff, which is nice, relatively speaking, for the game. And yeah, there seemed to be a lot of old support, which wasn't terribly useful in this format, but certainly was going to be very welcome, such as like the DDD fusion monsters. But yeah, I managed to pull a fair amount of the Dino Wrestlers, which is nice. More support for rituals, but also for fusions, as the name would certainly imply. I also got this super rare link for the Oracles, those new machines basically. And so there's some pretty good support for the Salamangreats cards, which I believe they're played by an anime character, so that means there's certainly going to be lots of room for more support along the way. But let's keep going here. So we got more Salamangreats. That was quite good for being strong with piercing. That helped with the Oracles as well. This Dino Wrestling card was nice if you can just play over it to get it in the graveyard. And this for hire card, it's generic enough just to need 3 different types, which is nice. So if you do find a way to work it into other decks, certainly speaking from a more casual standpoint, that's nice. But this trap, I have no idea what it's going to be for, but I'm worried it's going to be maybe exploited. That's just kind of cute as a patchwork fluffle. But a lot of people were looking for fight for patchwork, and out of, I think, over 10 players, all getting 5 packs each, none of us pulled a single copy of that rare card, so it might actually be short printed, or at least in the store that we went to. Got another one of the Dino Wrestler links. This Nordic apparently isn't very useful, which is disappointing because it came out just around the same time as the the Legendary Heroes decks. This was the MVP for this tournament. The guy who won basically had 2 of those and just kept fighting over people. Let's see, more support for the Noble Knights, which is nice as a world premiere card. This is strong if you had the ritual monster for it, or you could just use it as a Salamangreat name. This card, some people love. I personally am really not up for using it myself, just because I don't like giving my opponents advantage. But yeah, that's why I managed to pull. Now, as a bonus video, somebody was opening a ton of Flames of Destruction sets, so this is kind of what we're looking through. The Element Saber cards, I think had their time to shine a little bit, but they're certainly not really played from anything I've seen. Yeah, I think it goes a little bit faster towards the end. We're just not getting a great angle on this, but anyway. I think it's interesting with Flames of Destruction compared to Cybernetic Horizon, which had Crusadia and some support for a few things from before, but not worth getting really excited about. Like most things, it's just better to get singles in general. I know one player had to just dig and dig to get any sort of secret rares for the danger cards, but aside from that, there wasn't a lot to get excited about, whereas this one at least seems like there's enough support to somewhat add things in, especially being Sekka's Light and getting the Nightmare cards, which I think are great links that we could have probably used maybe a little bit before, not seeing it so late in this series. Of course, Konami, as many have complained, is certainly a business first. That's like also a nice pull to have both Caught by the Grave and to get Nightmare Phoenix. But anyway, having generic enough links you can splash into your strategies to make it worthwhile to include them, rather than seeing it first as an obstacle with, you know, a little bit of ideas as to how to apply it. You know, certainly could have been handled better. But anyway, yeah, so there's some decent pulls out of here. I think the insect link was very disappointing for most people, but at least some of the other ones seem to be not so bad. Yeah, also in terms of seeing like Great Fly in this is nice to have, because so many wind decks can special summon a lot and have things ready to go. Even something like Tetherwolf, you could just instantly get Great Fly, which is nice. Downside to that being, it's been so long since you've had that released alongside Doolittle Chimera and all the other cards. It would have been nice just to have it all in one set, and then you'd just be ready to go from there. So let's do this. Another Call by the Grave. It's really a shame that it's limited to 2 now, but it's a good staple that any new player can have, so for whoever comes to the shop, they'll certainly have access to it pretty easily. And another Element Saber. Not much luck with anything else. I find Staring Contest is useful for Crusadia, but it's certainly not like the primary objective. That Nightmare Griffin though, that was very excellent pull there, along with Nightmare Mermaid, I believe. So that was nice to see. Another Element Saber. Just like burning through these packs pretty quickly, but yeah, again, I think as you can see through these, at least there's like a few decks you can work with from this. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's video, guys, and I'll just jump to the end credits. Hey guys, so I've got a Patreon account running right now to go alongside my YouTube channel. You can find the Patreon link in the description below. If you go onto it and become a patron, you can add suggestions in order to make recommendations for the next video. Anyway, I hope to see you there. Thanks for your contribution, and thanks again for watching.